Hello everyone. And okay, so today we are going to talk about distance education. So distance education is becoming a very hot topic today because due to the virus, a lot of schools are required to do the online teaching. So as you may know, online teaching can be divided into synchronous learning and asynchronous learning. Synchronous learning means that students join the class at the same time. So it will require teachers to do the video conferencing using such tools like Google Meet, MS Teams, and WebEx. And asynchronous learning, it means that students do not have to meet with the teacher at the same time, at the same space. Teacher and student can meet at a different time and space. In other words, teachers can upload the teaching materials for students to do at any time and any space, like what we are doing in this class is asynchronous learning. So to do the asynchronous learning, teachers will usually use the tools like iClass and Moodle. So, but as you already know, the Ministry of Education in Taiwan today are asking teachers to do the synchronous learning rather than asynchronous learning. So, but there is some pros and cons of synchronous learning and asynchronous learning. So, I basically give you an article to read in the discussion forums right here. Let me show you where you can find the questions. Okay, let's go to the week 17. Right here, step 3. Step 3. Right here, you can the second question. Read the article at the website. Click here. Please click here the hyperlink. Okay, and you have to answer the questions. That is, do you prefer synchronous or asynchronous learning? Explain your reasons in 150 words. So this article right here describes the advantages, describe what is synchronous learning and what is asynchronous learning. And the article also talks about which one is better. But I want you to, this article is just for your own reference. So what I exactly expect you to do is ask you to decide to let me know which kind of teaching model, which kind of online teaching model you prefer, synchronous or asynchronous. So you have to explain the reasons. And then, since we are asked to do the synchronous learning with, as you may know, we have so many tools like right here, like we have Room, we have Teams, we have Google Hangout, we have GTS, we have WebEx, we have CyberLink, we have BlueJeans, and we have Adobe Connect. And the first 3 popular tools are Room, Teams, and Google Meet and WebEx. But Room is as for it prohibited by the government in Taiwan. So now most schools use Teams and WebEx. But here you can look the pictures right here. Here is the software and here are the features of the software. Okay, and I want you to to answer these questions, to identify what are the three essential features of online meeting tools for you to do the online teaching. And please explain your reasons in 150 words. Let me say it again. What I would like you to do is to review this online meeting tools, and then after you try out this tool, I would like you to identify 3 essential features or functions of these tools for you if you are asked to do the online teaching in a synchronous environment. What are the 3 essential features for you and you may consider when you are trying to use the online teaching tools? So that's for the first questions. Let me do it like this. So that's for the first questions. Please identify the 3 essential features of online meeting tools for you to do the online teaching. Okay. And for the last questions, the major problems of the synchronous teaching environment is how to engage students in the learning environment. In other words, how do we motivate students to learn in the synchronous learning environment? How do we help students become active learners in the synchronous learning environment? So I assign you an article to read. Here, step 2, read the assigned reading. Okay. This article talks about a model for synchronous learning using the internet. So the authors describe a very an effective model to help teachers to design synchronous learning environments. So I want you to read this paper and find out how would you motivate students to learn in the synchronous learning environments. And you can also find out the tips to do the synchronous teaching in the online learning environments by reviewing the e-learning website. Okay, and you can search for synchronous learning. So you can find this website describe the benefits and the key steps to prepare synchronous interactions and 4 ways to make synchronous e-learning dazzling and 10 tips using synchronous e-learning. So this article may be a pretty good one for you to know the tips to do the synchronous e-learning. So let me share this article with you in the Moodle, okay? Okay. I'll read the article to know the tips. uh, okay. Okay. So there you go. So you may read these articles and assign paper to know how would you engage students in the synchronous learning environments. So for these questions, I would like you to think about this question first. How is the face-to-face teaching different from the synchronous teaching? So for example, in the face-to-face environment, we can check students' comprehension by looking into their eyes, their gesture, to see if students are listening, are reading, are enjoying your class. But in the online course, we are very difficult to see the student face because many students may not have the camera uh, at their home, so they cannot use the camera for teachers to see their face. So how can teacher check students' comprehensions of their teaching? How do teachers can know students understand what the teacher is talking about in the synchronous teaching? So these are very common questions. This is just one question for you to think. There is a lot of difference between the face-to-face teaching environments and the synchronous teaching environments. But since we are required to do synchronous teaching, I really want you to know how to engage students in a synchronous learning environment in question. For example, one tips that I know is to ask students lots of questions in the online course so that the student will not be distracted. Uh, for example, if students are not listening to your teaching, she is or he is looking at another website, or he is playing a video game in front of his computers, and then teachers can through questions can ask student questions to know whether the boy or the girl the student is listening. If the student's answers are not correct, so the teacher may think, oh, so is that my problem that I did not explain my idea clearly, or is there a problem with the students that they are not listening? So how do we focus students' attention in a course? That's the question. That's the purpose that are for these questions. Okay, so basically, the course today is very simple. I want you to answer 3 questions. The first one is, what are the 3 essential features of online meeting tools for you to do your online teaching? And I give you the reference here, okay? Because this is copyrighted, I cannot share with you in the Moodle, but if you need this resource, please send me the message. I can share with you in private, okay? So this table will be very helpful for you to answer the first question. And for the second question, to know, do you prefer synchronous or asynchronous learning, and express your reasons? Okay, so I assign you articles right here, okay, and you can know the difference between synchronous and asynchronous learning, and then know the benefits of each teaching model. And for the last questions, I just want you to know how how will you engage your student in a synchronous learning environment? Okay, so that's it for the class today. So, but these 3 questions will take you a lot of time, so the lecture will be pretty short today. Thank you for your watching. Bye-bye.